Hey, what's up, Barrels for Hope? Welcome to tonight's live stream. I think I did the graphics for this. Oh, yeah, it's 26. It's our 26th live stream. So welcome, everybody. We've got an exciting night for you and a full crowd. This is awesome. It looks like the Brady Bunch.
Some Hollywood Squares action.
Yeah, exactly. So we're super excited to be here tonight. We're going to tell you about, as you guys saw, the Bardstown pick. We came in. It's not lost. We have it. That's exciting. We're going to tell you about some other picks, a new pick we locked in, give you some annual event updates. And we've been working behind the scenes to kind of make these less like a board meeting and more exciting for you guys, bring you guys a little bit more entertainment. So Kim's got a little trivia game for us. We're going to taste our Still Austin pick. Kim and Bill are going to tell us about the Still Austin pick. And it'll be a great night. I think we have a prize, right? Or something, I think. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. So welcome, everybody. How's everybody on the board doing?
Great.
Awesome.
Great. Good. All right. So my first duty was to tell you guys what allocated bottles we're getting this month, but I don't have that for you because our buddy Narav is undergoing some kidney stone action and he's been having a rough time. So our thoughts go out to him. I hope you're doing okay, Narav, if you're watching this. I've never had those. My wife's had those. She said it's worse than childbirth, so it sounds horrible. So I feel for you, man. I feel for you. So with that, I'll kick it over to Josh, and he's going to update us on some picks.
Yeah. So a couple things real quick. As Lance said, the Bardstown pick is in. Again, this is a unique mash bill. And just for the interest of full disclosure, the reason this is so exciting, we were there picking it, and
there's it's in.
There it is. So you can see the mash bill right there: 70 corn, 18 rye, 0 wheat, 12 malted barley. This Kim did some sleuthing and found out this has only ever been used at about 4 years old in their Fusion 8 blend, whichever the last Fusion blend was. That's the only place it exists on the market. We went in there. All the barrels were great, but the one we picked was the clear lights out winner in my book, and I think everyone else's as well. I'm almost sure it was a unanimous vote, and it was such a cool experience. And they were on kind of a tight timeline on this thing. They were like, we got to get you in here. You got to pick it in person. We're bottling these things as soon as they turn 6 years old, and we're getting them out the door. That's what we knew. While we were there, we asked them about it, and I said, hey, you kind of implied that these were fairly limited barrels and there wasn't a lot of them to go around. So we're tasting 4 of them right now. How many barrels in total do you have that are part of this kind of individual program, if you're willing to disclose that? He said, I have 15 barrels. And I was like, okay, wow. We just tasted 4 of the 15. What group are we? And they said, we had one group before you and they didn't taste any of the barrels that you tasted. So everybody else is getting their hand-me-downs.
That's awesome.
So that was pretty cool. They were all really good, though. If you see those pop up, they're worth checking out. However, I mentioned all that to let you know that this is one of those rare occurrences where, because of it being proof down and at 6 years old, there are quite a few bottles left over. So if you want a backup bottle, make sure you vote in the poll that's posted on Patreon, where all the information is listed over there. Make sure you go over there and vote on that. If you don't want to vote on it, that's okay. That's just more for me. So I think anybody that was on the pick would be more than happy to get more than one backup, because we know how good it is. And you guys are going to find out very soon. Speaking of the packing party, Lance is going to head that up. It will be May the 3rd.
May 3rd, 10 a.m. at A1.
Yep. So if you can help out with that, you get to taste the pick before anybody else other than those people who were on the pick. So yeah, definitely if you can make the packing party over at A1, get with Lance on that.
It's always a good time. We have some pours, a little bottle share, and a little lunch, and it's fun.
Yep. And then before our next live stream, there will be a Jack Daniels pick that has it's happening on the 14th. Man, anybody on that pick, you are in for an absolute treat. Jack Daniels has the best tour, I think. The tasting experience, especially for their barrel, is awesome. And I'm telling you, you're going to love the experience. And I am very confident that our crew is going to pick a very good barrel. So if you're on that pick, congratulations. And we locked in Driftless Glen for June the 9th. So that will be one of the next picks up. If you guys don't know about Driftless Glen, they have some great stuff, and their whiskey is getting older and older. So we're going to have some very interesting barrels coming up, and I'm very excited about them. So yeah, lots of fun stuff on the barrel pick front.
Heck yeah.
And I guess with that, I'll kick it over to Kim. She can give us a little annual event update. We got some news on that front. Voted on the board by last night. So yeah.
So excited for the annual event. So if you haven't got your tickets, now is the time to get them and your hotel room. We will be doing this amazing bottle share Friday night. And some of the feedback we got last year was that it was hard in multiple rooms and everyone preferred to be together. This year we will be together. Through some connections from one of our members with this hotel, they're giving us or letting us use their conference room on the top floor with a big outside balcony. It is beautiful. It's going to be amazing. Then on Saturday, we will have a hang in the afternoon at Nashville Barrel Company. So that'll be tons of fun. Those guys are so great. Then, if you all remember, they gave us a barrel in year 2 after the annual event last year. So that's just showing how amazing they are. And then we will go to the big event Saturday night at a place called 1410. It is awesome. We are going to have great food, great whiskey, great cocktails. The bar will be way better than last year. The food will be way better than last year. And we're going to, the star of the show will be giving our donations from this year to the charities. So it's going to be an awesome event. I can't wait. Please get your tickets. If you have questions, reach out to me, Kim@barrelsforhope.com. I don't think you'll want to miss it.
Yeah, I am looking forward to this. Also, if you're going to be in town, keep an eye out. If you're in before the Friday night bottle share stuff, keep an eye out on some activities that may be happening over at Southern Collective nearby. So that'll be a ton of fun as well. 1410, this event venue it's basically a blank slate. So it's going to be an awesome experience. We can set it up however we want to. We're going to have a bunch of great whiskey. The bottle share situation Friday night is going to be out of this world good. You guys do not want to miss this. Plus, Nashville is just a great city to visit. Extend the weekend a little bit, run down to Jack Daniels or Leaper's Fork or both. You can make a whole time of it. It's absolutely amazing. It's might be partial because I love Nashville, but I think you will very much be happy that you came to this one.
Oh, come on, Josh. Nashville doesn't have anything on Toledo.
It's got a lot more traffic.
Yeah, it does. That's for sure.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Mark Emmenecker has a great question. It says, can we open up the room block for the night prior?
So the hotel will accommodate you if you would like. Call them directly or email them directly or reach out to me and I'll get you in touch with our coordinator.
Yes. All right. What was next on the agenda there, Josh?
All right. Next on the agenda is going to be, trying to figure out if Whiskey Ruins keyboards, asking for someone. Yeah, that was fun.
The more important question is, did you waste good whiskey?
Yeah,
He did.
I did. It was our Still Austin bourbon pit. Hopefully my space bar and command key still work tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll be keyboard shopping. Next up is to do the Still Austin pick. We've got these handy dandy samples from Kim.
Yeah. Thank you guys for sending those. We're also, I'll bring Jamie and Mark in since they're the members that got picked to help taste this. So, Jamie, welcome.
Hey, hello everyone. Glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being a part of this. We're excited you get to taste this with us.
Yeah, me too.
And
Jamie,
then,
great to see you, man.
Cheers, y'all.
what's up, Mark?
Not a whole lot. How are you all?
I'm good. How are you, my friend?
Pretty well.
Thanks again for being a member of this, and thanks for all your help on the packing parties, man.
I hope to get there on the 3rd.
All right.
What's up, Doc?
Here's Dan.
Yeah, we got. Sounds like we got a lot of people on the 3rd, so that's good, man. So that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, real quick, as we get into this, so for anybody that doesn't know, Kim and Bill were our 2 board members that were on this pick. I was not there, but I did get to see the video footage that Mark Schwartz got of the day, as well as some clips that Bill sent. And I'm going to turn it over to these 2 to let them talk about the barrel pick. It's a Still Awesome barrel pick like any other, and pretty dang awesome.
How did Mark do? First of all, Josh, did he pass? Was he okay as the cameraman?
He did a really solid job. Yeah.
That's good.
I tried to coach him up a little bit, and yeah, he did a solid job.
He was working hard at it. I can assure you of that.
Well, the pick was awesome. So the distillery is closed on Mondays. And so at the last minute, they invited us to come down and do the pick at their rack house instead of at the distillery. And so it was amazing. They welcomed us with open arms. They let us bring in cocktails and food to have before we started the pick. We went through the pick. We tasted some really amazing whiskeys, in my opinion. Bill, what was it? 5 that we tasted?
I lost count.
6?
Because first was the cocktails, and then we did the barrel pick. So and then they took us around to different rack houses to try different things. 5 seems like a low number, but it was quite a few things.
I think it was 5, not counting the cocktails and not counting all of this tasting we did out of barrels after we picked. But I think during the pick, we were pretty quick to get it down to the top 2. And then from there, it was not unanimous on which one, but it was close.
Yeah.
Oh, who is descending off of this one?
Yeah.
I was. This was my second favorite.
This has my favorite note for a rye in it. I want to tell you what it is right now. I want to see if anybody else notices it or not.
So
I was in the group that wanted to pick this. So we started with 5 samples. There were 3 of a particular profile that I would say, were similar profiles. There were 2 others that were also a similar profile, but very different from the other 3.
Yeah.
And it really didn't take the group long at all to get down to 2. Both of those 2 were from the similar profile of 3, and it worked out great. Either one would have been fantastic, but really happy with what we picked.
So Lance, what right off the rip on the nose, one of my favorite profiles in rye, what I'm looking for, are dark fruits, earthiness, and a more like burnt brown sugar sweetness. So this, I'm getting like immediately, like, image flashes in your mind of like old dusty books, library type thing. I know Aaron would know what I'm talking about with that one, but like not quite leather, but almost like that notes. But then like just images of darker flavors, which is what I prefer. If I'm digging into a rye and right off the bat I get like herbal and mint, I'm kind of out on that. And this one is hitting those darker notes all day.
I wanted to say leather, but not quite there.
Yeah.
I actually wrote like tobacco down,
Ooh,
which
there
is
you
kind
go.
of a note towards that. But yeah, I get that brown sugar, but there's also this sweetness of like the fruit stripe gum in there that's beautiful with that. But my favorite note that I don't get in a lot of ryes is like honeydew melon, and there's a melon note in this that on the palate that is awesome. Is so good.
Maybe that was the sweetness. I thought that dark fruit as soon as I poured it out of the sample. There's a little bit of I don't know, like heavy alcohols or acetone. Not quite. It went away quickly after pouring the sample bottle, but and then I thought there was a sweetness like a spearmint gum, like a really like gum thing. I wouldn't call it all minty, but definitely a ryeness.
Yeah, I'm picking up that sweetness. I really can't tell. I was trying to dig for the melon note, but I was definitely getting sweetness. But when you mentioned that tobacco, and you kind of lump that tobacco with burnt brown sugar and not quite leather, but almost there together.
Anybody
That's
like barbecue potato chips?
Well, I was going to say it creates an almost savory effect to it, which I
can
really
see a mesquite note to it.
Yeah,
Not quite-
mesquite barbecue potato chip note I'm getting tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not reading
What you
it
have for a snack.
quite into that flavor profile, but that in that vein of that, if I can get that slight savory element in a pour, I absolutely love it. It just makes a pour so much more dynamic.
Yeah, that's a good call, Bill. There is a mesquite note in there. Beautiful. I warmed up with a 95.5 rye. It was a 9-year-old Nashville barrel company at 104 proof. This thing destroys that bottle. Destroys it. It's insane.
I'll tell you, this smells more like a bourbon than our Still Austin bourbon pick.
Yeah.
And for those watching, this is 123.3 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Will it be bottled that way, or is it coming out 116 like all the other Still Austin picks?
I thought we were doing it at cast strength.
Me too. I'm pretty sure we're doing it right as it's bottled at 123.3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because this Shelfer Still Austin cask strength says 116.
Mm-hmm. And they usually do. They usually don't proof after the fact. They proof during aging by adding water in slowly to the barrel as it goes. And I know they were always shooting for 116. Mark, that's a great question.
Well, have anybody heard that do they blend to get their cash strength fruit? Like you can, if you have enough barrels to pick from.
Well, that's not a single barrel pick though, right?
Well, but I mean for the Shelfer product that he's talking about.
Oh, that's
Do
true.
they blend to hit? Yeah, do they blend to hit 116 maybe?
That's possible.
If you pop it in a barrel for 5 seconds, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. It's not necessarily a single barrel.
And I'm really glad we got this pick and we got it early in the year because I did learn this week that they aren't doing any more single barrel picks this year. They hope to start up again in January.
Wow. So, Kim, what were some of the notes the pick team was getting?
Oh, put me on the spot.
Remember?
Bill, can you help me out?
I'd have to check. I can check the video footage.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I don't have notes in front of me.
That mesquite note that I'm getting tonight, I did not recall getting on the pick.
Looks like a flat cola. No, just
Flat cola, I can see that.
That's what I'm getting is the flat cola, like Dr. Pepper.
One thing,
yeah.
I was gonna say
Yeah, I took a
I
sip
get like
and went
a sassafras kind of note to it.
one thing Josh mentioned is that it was coming off more of a bourbon than our Still Austin bourbon pick. I think in a blind, I would probably pick this as a bourbon in a blind.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I mean, I get on the palate, I get a little bit of that kind of like red rock candy sweetness, like this really saturated kind of red sweetness. I don't know what to call it other than that. But then I think I like this better than our bourbon, if I'm being honest. I mean, I've got them both.
Yeah, I do. This is a really fun bottle because it's like the power of suggestion bottle. It's so complex that literally almost any note somebody says, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Once Bill threw out barbecue, now that's all I'm getting.
Take a sip.
That
It's
is my
it's like
favorite
cola,
note in whiskey.
like a sweet caramel.
There is a mesquite note. I think I would pick this up as a rye and a blind only because in some ryes I'm kind of sensitive to a pine kind of earthiness. This has that very slightly. It's not overpowering. It's not in a bad way, but it's there.
Yeah, that is in
I'm
this
not getting
seal box
any-
bourbon.
I'm not getting any of that pine.
Pininess in a seal box bourbon. It's weird.
I don't get the pine, but I can tell it's a rye. You can tell the prickly on your tongue and the back sides of the tongue. So
Yeah, but I love that. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Hey, Kim, were the other barrels in the similar proof range?
They were all pretty close. This was the highest.
Okay.
Of course.
This was both the highest proof and the oldest age barrel.
Oh yeah, what was the age on it?
It was,
3 years?
Like
4 years?
30 days.
no, I think it had just broken 4 years, if I recall. Which in Texas is like 12 years anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's not. He didn't write it on the
Says
bottle.
2.
And
remember-
Still Austin is doing such great.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, and that's what Still Austin is doing better than most other Texas brands, in my opinion, is using that climate down there to get that more age effective younger whiskey without making it taste like a Texas whiskey.
Yeah, it is just over 4 years. It was
January 13th, 2021.
Yeah, it was still January 13th, 2021.
Oh, that was
So-
during COVID, wasn't it?
Yep. So I wonder how much of the difference that you taste in Still Austin's whiskey versus other Texas whiskey is the fact that there's a lot of pot stilled whiskey in Texas, and Still Austin uses a column still.
Well, it's that they use a column still. They do all of their techniques with their mash bill, cooking, fermenting, Kentucky style. They pretty much do everything Kentucky style. They're just doing it in Texas.
Yeah.
It still finishes though too. It just keeps on going.
Yeah, man, it lingers on.
That spice and
I wish I had more. I drank all mine.
Yeah, I'm not far off from it.
That was
My fir-
fantastic. I'm really excited about this pick. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
That's
really
good.
good.
My first sip, I
Kind of
got
hoping we'd have the losers too, but unfortunately,
get a sample pack, a whole sample pack.
that kind of where my mind went.
The very first sip of it that I took, I definitely did get that rye spice tingle, but then once I got acclimated to that just went away, and it is like this feels very dangerous for 123 proof because it's real sweet, it's really interesting, so you also want to keep drinking it. Yeah, this is a great one, guys.
Yeah.
And
So Earl says it was 5 samples and then 20 barrels.
I don't think we tried 20 barrels.
We didn't try
You know
20
what?
barrels.
We tried a bunch.
Maybe he did.
Well,
Right,
he might have,
Maybe.
remember the Still Austin pick, or not Still
Yeah.
Austin, the
Starlight.
Starlight pick. We
Yeah,
might
this
have hit
was a-
20 barrels on that one.
This was a little bit like the Starlight pick. There's no doubt. We tried some finished things, cognac finish. There were several finished things.
Oh, so what did you think of their finished items?
I thought they were pretty good. Yeah. They have a couple of experimental finish things they let us try. And the highlight, though, was they had the oldest whiskey they have there, the oldest rye they have on site of their own juice distilled is 8 years. And they let us try an 8-year cast strength rye. And it was fabulous.
Wow. 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
dark
8
was
years in Texas is like 20.
Yeah, they
this-
must have like
this
a
is pretty dark.
glen left in the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earl's saying the 20 was an exaggeration, but it was a lot.
It
He only
was a
said
lot.
he only said 20 because he was seeing double. It was 10 more.
Hey
Yeah.
Kim, are the rick houses out there? They're I imagine they're short, like 1 or 2 levels, right?
Yep.
They're palletized, right? Are they?
And they're palletized.
They're
They're not in.
palletized,
They're not. It's not Rick's. Yeah, it's all.
Okay.
palletized.
You still can't beat picking. Like I've seen videos of Still Austin picks. You get the distillery tour. That's all cool and everything, and then they put you in a conference room like you expect they're going to wheel in the TV cart like back in school, and you're going to watch some kind of special or something. There's nothing like picking being surrounded by barrels. And the fact that you guys, it just so happens that it worked out to where you guys are able to go down there and do that. Like you never would have been able to taste all those other barrels if you weren't down there. And was there, I did catch in the video footage as I was reviewing it, was there some consternation? Because I guess they called them rack houses, which Jim Beam is the only other place on planet Earth that calls it a rack house. Everyone else calls it a rick house.
Was there consternation?
Like there was some I remember some playful ribbing in the videos. Like there was a little bit of a conflict of calling them rack houses versus rick houses.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
That's just the way they say it down there.
It might have been during the interview section, so you guys might not have been, paying attention to that part. It might have been, I can't remember. It might have been Brandon and David were cutting up about rick houses versus rack houses.
Yeah, David and Brandon were definitely having a good time.
Yeah.
What do you think, Josh? Do you have does that bother you one way or another? Rack house versus rick house?
It doesn't, but everybody else calls it a rick house. So why are we trying to be different? Let's just.
But why would you call it a rick house if it doesn't have Rick?
There's no Rick.
Point right
They're on
there.
pallets.
The dude who built his name was Rick.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a historical term.
Yeah, well, yeah. But it's full of wood, and people describe firewood in ricks or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some people call them cords. I never was a
Do
cord
you
guy.
go wading in the creek or the crick?
That depends on where you're from.
Maybe Rick Rack does too.
Yeah, Terry says rick racks.
Well, so I personally would not call ours a rick house unless I had actual ricks in it. If I had any other style, I would call it a rack house.
Maybe that's why, because they're stacked up on pallets and
That's
Maybe
what I'm thinking.
piled like a rack.
rack those pallets up.
Rack them up, buddy. You're playing pool.
Yeah, man, this is really good, y'all. Great
Yeah.
job.
Thanks.
Also, 4 years old that's the.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the picks I've had are like 2 years old or just into the 3-year-old range. So to get a 4-year-old barrel, and I did see that Jeff Pena did say, with our luck, we're lucky it wasn't a short barrel.
Well, Kim and I did try to inspect that as
We tried.
best we could. Yeah, we did commandeer a flashlight, shine it down into the barrel.
Oh, you didn't try and lift the barrel to weigh it?
I think we'll get 150 bottles out of it. It's gonna be we're not gonna get 200 bottles out of it. But
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's really good, guys. That is really good.
Yes, let's keep on rubbing it.
Very good.
I don't have any more.
Coats the glass pretty well too.
Yeah,
And
it
it's
does.
dark. That 4 years in Texas is dark.
yeah, and the great thing about Still Austin to me, because I mean I've never been a fan of Texas whiskey in general until I tried Still Austin, with maybe the exception of Cowboy Bourbon. But generally, that Texas funk is just a turnoff for me, and it just doesn't exist on the Still Austin products. It's
Not at all.
The only other one that I really like besides Still Austin, Kim, you're going to have to help me with it, because I think you introduced me to it. Is it Iron Root? Is that?
Iron Root.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like what Iron Root does. It does have a little bit of that Texas funk, though.
Have you tried Devil's River? I have a Devil's River single barrel that really, it's kind of
They
one
put out
note. It's
some
very
really good
syrupy and
stuff,
sweet,
too.
but it's good.
Yeah, they put out good stuff.
Is Devil's
generally-
River from Texas?
Yeah, Devil's River is in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Do they make their own stuff or do they source?
I believe they make their own and they got it distilled there.
I've had some single barrels from, I don't know if they distill their own stuff. Is it called, is it Rose or Texas Rose or
Yellow Rose.
Yellow Rose? The single barrel, I've only had one single barrel. It wasn't bad.
A1 had that last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah. I actually like Balcones, which is crazy because I generally hate Texas whiskey, but I like Balcones. Most people hate their
That
stuff.
A1 Balcones pick, I'll tell you.
A lot of people, that's a love it or hate it brand, though.
Mexican
Yeah,
chocolate.
I don't
that
think I
thing's
can hang
awesome.
with you on that one.
Yeah, that's what most people say.
I send the Balcones Rye as a punishment for it now and then.
Oh, right.
So that's worthy of a punishment pour.
Yeah, I'm not
This
so much
bottle's
the rye,
really
but
good.
there's single malt I really enjoy.
I actually did. Yeah, their single malt is fairly solid.
If you like prunes, I mean honey and prunes, then you'd like their single malt.
Well, I'd have to check that out because best single malt I've ever had in the country is from Middle West right here in Ohio.
I tell you what, I like this Still Austin pick as much as our Middle West rye pick. Honestly, I think.
Oh, I would say it's up there. I would say it's up there.
Hey Joe, have you ever had any single malt from Old Line here in Maryland?
Yeah. Middle West contract distills for them.
Yeah.
That's actually the first time I ever tried a single malt distilled by Middle West was Old Line. We actually, when Jess and I were up there, where were we at? Oh my goodness! Why am I blacking out the name?
Jack Rose?
No,
Baltimore?
the rye.
Sagamore.
Yeah, Sagamore. So we were up at Sagamore, and we were searching for a place to go after that. And we saw Old Line, so we actually visited Old Line. And surprise to me when I flip around the bottle, I see it's built in Ohio, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah. I gotta let you try some of their rum finish, man. It's pretty wild.
Oh yeah, I liked everything. I loved everything they were doing with those. And now I'm assuming they were finishing that themselves. They were just getting the distillate from Middle West. Yeah, it was all fantastic.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna take a second to. This will be a spoiler alert if you watch our channel and didn't catch our Sunday night live stream, but it's pertinent to the topic at hand. We had a blind flight that ended up being all ryes, and I think Thomas H. Handy came in third place for me. I know, and I think it came in fourth place for Aaron. What I put above it, actually, Aaron and I both put above Thomas H. Handy, was a Still Austin rye and a Driftless Glen rye. And we got a Still Austin rye pick coming to you guys, and we're doing a Driftless Glen pick. So,
Wow.
and it wasn't particularly close, to be honest with
Driftless
you,
has some really good
in that
picks.
tasting. So, I'm just letting you know, if you've not had these, if you haven't had Still Austin's rye before, you're in for a treat. Also, Driftless Glen has some amazing whiskey. You're going to be in for a treat with that one as well. So,
Driftless Glen is sneaky good whiskey
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
from a little place in Wisconsin that nobody's ever heard of, but it is really good.
Baraboo. Everybody's heard of it now. Driftless Glen put it on the map.
We might have a little connection there too. So just throwing that up.
Have them send you where Jason picks barrels. Yeah. Ask him for a wink
Yeah,
barrels of donut.
Yeah, the one that won in that blind was M&J pick. The blood orange. Dude,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
That's a good one.
It crushed. It crushed. That and the Still Austin were both so good.
Josh, if you'll
What was that?
recall,
That finished in VDN?
No.
That was a straight rye.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Josh, if you'll recall, one of the flights you did with it was Dave Renstrom and somebody else. I put one of the finished Driftless Glen Ryes bourbons in that flight. You guys loved it.
Yeah. It's
That was a National Journey pick too.
It's a very good whiskey. They're like, I think door to door, they're 10 hours away. I got to find a way to get up there though. Like I want to just want to go spend a weekend alone with the barrels.
Yeah, for once,
You know, like-
I'll have a shorter drive for you for once. It's only about 2.5 hours for me.
You know, like Home Alone 2, when he
You know-
he like stays in the store after they close. I just need to do that at Driftless Glen.
We don't want those barrels you're spending time alone with, Josh.
Lock in the
You can fly to Chicago, Josh, and ride with me.
We can do that.
Do we want to Kahoot?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got a Kahoot.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
Kahoot.
I'm excited for this.
So on this one, oh, go ahead, Josh.
I was gonna say, I assume we on screen are not participating, correct?
Jamie and Mark can participate if they want.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Put it
we'll
on
be
your
the
phone, people.
we'll be the peanut gallery.
My kids
Or
do it
You
in-
all can
in-
participate as well. You just can't win.
No, we'll be the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just make fun
And
of it.
so tonight's trivia or tonight's game, we are highlighting the American Cancer Society, one of our charities. We have a few founder questions and a few whiskey history questions in there. Right. So I'm going to share.
Oh, Josh, did you not help get this straightened out last night?
No, we did.
No, we
She's
set it
good.
up.
Oh,
There we go. You have to add it to the stream like a separate feed.
Ah,
So you can go to kahoot.it and type in the game pin. There's a QR code.
And what you're looking at right now, this like very
Peanut's in the house.
this very pretty representation on screen is basically it's like a recreation of where they picked the Still Austin barrel, essentially. It was just a field that had some like barn type style warehouses with a bunch
It
of
was a
whiskey.
little more brown than that.
Yeah. If you
I
could,
thought that was a live picture of your brain, Josh. Just
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you can find that field in Texas, it didn't look like anything was near there.
That's no joke. I mean, it was 40 minutes outside of Austin, and for the last 20 minutes of it, you were in the middle of nowhere.
So didn't look like security was tight. So if you're looking to taste some barrels,
It was not.
no,
So,
they just
Kim-
expect no one to travel out in the middle of nowhere in Texas.
Can you repeat the answer about the night prior to the event for the hotel? Because I did call the hotel and told them that I was there for that, and he's like, "Well, the block was closed, or there wasn't enough rooms for the previous, or something along those lines."
Okay, so if anybody wants to get a room for Thursday night, reach out to me on email, and I will work with our sales rep for the block to get some more rooms.
Okay. Because I did call them and reserved it, and they told me, to contact the administrator and see if they could do this, something like that. So,
Okay.
I'll send
Yep,
you an email.
I will. Yep, and I will do that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, somebody just dropped out.
give them a
Did
second.
we get started with the folks we have?
I would suggest you use your phone because there's a delay on YouTube.
Yeah, look at your phone. That's a great point, Mark.
I know Jeff Pena was in. There he is. He's
There
back.
he is.
Okay. Yes, because the faster you answer, the more points you get. Okay, we ready? And there's a minute to answer each question, so it's pretty long.
At the lifetime.
Plenty of time for Googling.
Yeah,
No
Bill,
Googling.
it's 20 seconds.
Wow. See, this
Oh,
delays
this
my
This
phone.
is an easy one.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
if you just-
Where's certified
you just-
sex man to that?
If you just look at me, you'd know this instantly.
It's not on here. He
I
does.
don't see a certified stud anywhere. Where is it?
Yeah, he does.
You can find me at
Where's
Lance
the-
Lyle on my OnlyFans.
OnlyFans,
He does those like sweat classes where he's in a cut off
That's
shirt,
gross.
I just take pictures
dancing
of
in front of
feet.
everyone.
Richard Simmons. So you wear
Right,
striped
most people
shorts
got it.
and Richard Simmons tank top.
oh, wait a minute. Who said he was a public accountant? Or
Someone has to be joking, thinking I'm an accountant.
Two
Brian-
people thought you were a financial
Brian
planner.
Someone in.
They weren't here at the beginning, were they? No.
Nobody thought you were a licensed therapist. I think that's equally as funny.
That's fair.
All
Oh,
right.
do you get more points for answering quickly?
Yes.
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 Oh, dang.
This is a good one.
That's a good one.
Oh.
You tell me you guys know this. I've been to this President's Distillery.
Well, it's one of two, and I probably guessed wrong. Maybe
You
not.
can go there?
Yes, you can go there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm not sure I got this one right either.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I did. It's in Virginia, right? Mount Vernon. It's the
Mount
Yeah.
Vernon.
Virginia Rye Distillery.
And
Or Maryland, I guess it might
at the
be.
distillery, the old grits mill is still there. So all
Wow.
the grain they use at the distillery, they're milling on the old water wheel grits mill.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is the wildest is the fact that they're still cooking and fermenting in wooden barrels.
Yep.
They're using real live bottom fired pot stills.
Hmm.
Wow to that, and wow to this question too.
Yeah, really.
Wow, even the lowest number is amazing. That's crazy.
I
Way
feel
to
bad when I get this wrong as a licensed
Yeah,
medical professional.
I mean, we
Way to
do
go.
have what, over 400 million people in the United States, somewhere around there. So
Way to go, American Cancer Society. 18
Oh,
million.
or I could get it right.
Wow.
hey, that means our
That's awesome.
goal is to get it up to 30 million now.
Let's go.
I'm not sure I've got one right yet.
Heart's on fire.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Wait,
Oh, wait a minute. Is there such a thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look this up.
no, you don't have to.
Speaking of my OnlyFans accounts,
You don't
That
have
was a wild ass guess.
so the channel I must be thinking of is not his personal one. That must be his other side.
yeah, that's what I thought.
to. It's the other
Side
channel.
gig. And this is why you were not allowed to answer. Just be a peanut gallery.
Some good options.
I mean, yeah. I didn't realize if it's that one, then you're really as basic as I thought.
He's very big.
Oh, I'm pretty basic.
He's pretty basic.
Oh my God, he is. Oh, that's
Super-
funny.
super
I thought you were a
simple.
little more creative.
Nah.
Well, let's think about this. Let's think about this creative stuff and watches, wasn't it? And then stuff
Yeah.
and whiskey.
Yeah,
So,
definitely not creative.
I think there was a stuff and cars, maybe also. It's not really.
We want to know what the stuff.
No,
is.
that was just Joshua Gold Photography when I was doing car photography.
Hey, they teach you in marketing the name doesn't matter. No one knew what Pepsi was before Pepsi, right?
There you go.
That's true.
Hmm.
Well, whiskey, obviously, right?
They've got our picks in there. They've got a shelf full of those Booker's bottles.
There you go.
Man, that Booker's bottle was so good.
It was really good.
One of the strangest noses and one of the best palates ever.
Good
There.
job, everyone.
Good job.
All right.
Clean sweep.
Mark's tearing it up.
He is. I got to give it to Mark and Jeff for their little icons. Those are my two favorites.
Oh, see, now that's a trick question. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
All right.
Hmm.
Before I saw the answers of the trick question.
Wow.
Kim told me this question earlier, and I was wrong about it.
I think I'm probably wrong about it now, unfortunately.
I was partially wrong about
Yep. I was going to do that when I did the wrong one. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Jeff. You can catch up.
So you took that as how many actually did it, not how many were available.
How many did it? Yep.
Maybe. Yeah, perhaps. Congratulations, Budward.
Oh man, I mean, cover this up.
Hey, if somebody's got eyes that good, they deserve to get it right.
Yeah.
Zoom in, enlarge, enhance, enhance.
Enhance.
There's some good options on here. By the way, I gotta go ahead and just while we got a few seconds here.
Kim, I should have consulted you before we named the distillery. Yeah, Adventure Spirit. So for the three of you that
I got distracted.
Valley, probably think about Mountain Valley whiskey.
Yeah. I should have.
If you're ever in Toledo,
I read and drank the bottle.
Anywhere nearby Toledo, go by Adventure Spirits. We got to go up there recently. It is absolutely awesome.
Thank you.
And Ed Young in the chat saying the exact same thing.
Thank you. All right. Oh. This is a good.
Can't read the yellow one.
Man, this is a tough one.
Yeah.
Kim's bringing the heat.
I feel like there's two that are really likely, but then there's a different one that I hope was the actual answer.
I would have got that
Well,
wrong.
I couldn't read, of course.
Mm.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Should have put my glasses on.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like in the late 1800s, I guess cancer just wasn't.
There was nothing. It was you. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or if it was there, it was kind of unspoken or unknown.
Nobody talked about it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It seems like we can't get away from talking. It's like it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that guy.
Look at that sexy beast.
Look at that jawline.
Look at that head.
Well, if three of these are, any of them are correct, if three of these, actually, if any of these, Dan, why have we not smoked if any of these are correct?
One of them is.
Now, wait a minute, broker. Are you a barrel broker?
Yeah. For old whiskey.
Dusty's, hence the name.
Like, so, wait, but not a barrel broker, a bottle broker.
Correct.
Okay, not a barrel broker. Are we saying the same thing? What's going on here?
Oh, how do I not
You
know?
do own a distillery, Joe. You should know that barrels and bottles are different.
Oh, I know. I thought when I said, "Are you a barrel broker?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Wait a minute."
No, you said bottle.
No, bottle.
Old bottles. Hence the name Dusty Dan.
Well, I know that, but man, if he had some of those orphan barrels laying around,
Yeah.
It's too new for him.
Look at that.
There
Oh,
we go. Imagine if pay for staff travel was was the actual answer. Pulling support immediately.
Just wasn't fast enough. It's gonna be
Get
hard.
after it, Jeff.
Two more to
Get
go.
after it.
Fell off.
taking.
Oh man, Mark, what's going on? The whiskey's
Yeah.
getting to you.
Maybe.
Oh, this is.
I like how the question says claims to.
Claims exactly.
Well,
Answer all the above.
They all do, don't they?
They probably all do.
It might be that they did it through acquisition. Maybe.
Or lore.
Well,
Or they
not
just-
only
Before
not
there were
only-
roads,
They were recently underwater.
back when the wild animals trumped a trail.
Oh, see, I thought that would have been Heaven Hill since they acquired Evan Williams.
No.
Oh yeah, Buffalo Trace. At least dating back. Well, they also claim oldest distilling on the same property before it was even a legally registered distillery.
Probably.
Doesn't mean they weren't distilling there.
Exactly.
That is true.
Last question.
A lot.
Just for all the marbles. It's a tight race too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, undo.
If this was an Air Force test, I know what the answer would be.
It is. It always is. Especially when they're all good, unless one of them says something about bad.
It's always all the above.
Exactly. It's a matter of who saw it first.
I selected before I read all the answers.
Oh, Mark made a little comeback there. Bloodword.
Hey,
Made
good
the
job, bud.
medal stand. Good job, Jeffrey.
Look at him go. The comeback.
Yeah.
Yay!
Comeback.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well played.
Nice work, Jeff. Nice work, everybody.
Well done. Well
Nice work, podium. Nice work,
I
everybody.
lost
Yeah.
because it's Joe's fault. He named
Nice
the thing
work,
the wrong-
Kim. Great job on
picked the
that.
wrong-
Yeah.
Thanks.
Good job, Kim. Yeah.
It was fun.
Learn some
All
new
right,
stuff
so
too.
Jeff, you are going to get a sample from Joe as your prize.
Yep. So I'm going to put up together a sample flight, and Jeff, we can connect offline here of anything in the whiskey room. I even have some more whiskey down there. Whoop, there goes my camera.
Too far.
Almost shot whiskey out of my nose with that, Joe. It would not have been pleasant, I don't think.
Well, I got the camera clipped up there, and whatever. Hey, I'm not a professional at this like you guys are. I got my cameras falling down, lights aren't in the right place.
Still looking good though.
Yep.
While Dan's sitting in the car.
No, no.
Lights in the right place.
Dan's got some nice light on him, to be
He's got the
fair.
light in the right place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure I was going to. I just finished the whole thing because, yeah, why not?
Yep, mine's done.
You're getting a 750 milliliter sample of it soon.
Do we have an ETA or?
Yeah, I was going to ask the same thing.
No,
There are no ETAs in barrel picking.
man, it's amazing that Bardstown just came in today. So
Honestly,
Yeah.
we picked Bardstown in November, December, January, February,
Yeah,
March,
6 months,
April.
5
5
months.
months. 5 months is a pretty standard turnaround time, especially for like a large scale operation like Bardstown. I mean, Heaven Hills 5 or 6 months, 1792. You just
a year.
sit down and you get it when you get it. It's going to be close to a year for sure.
Same with Wild Turkey. Wild Turkey seems like it
Turkey
takes a while.
takes a while. Yeah, it just they're not
Can't be any worse than 1792, Josh.
that is the most
1792 is
egregious
bad.
of all so far. But like we had a pick that we did in October, so that's what 7 months, and like it just came out. And people were like, "Where is this thing? It's in purgatory." No, it's in distribution, which is I think probably the same thing as purgatory.
Contrast that to NBC, same day turnaround.
Yeah, that's
That was awesome. Just
When a
loaded them up
distillery
in the
can do
truck.
when a distillery can do that. That is very impressive.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Well, with
Yeah,
an
once I got the barrel pulled out when you pick it, they might as well pour it instead of putting it back somewhere else.
Well, with an ASD pick, you can stay and bottle it yourself if you want to the same day.
Be part of the process.
We always love free labor.
Well, this was a great live stream, guys.
Yeah, it's good.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks.
It was fun to have some members on too and
Yeah,
taste
thanks
some
for having
food with
us.
us.
Yeah.
thank-
And for everyone watching, if you guys like this and you want to do more kind of fun activities, we got some ideas lined up, but definitely leave us some comments or message us. And if you have any ideas, message us too.
Yeah, we definitely want the live streams to be fun. I mean, we only get to do them once a month, so it's our time to hang out with you guys. It's our time to hang out together. We want to do that and make it a great time. So we've got a bunch of good picks coming up. We got a bunch of good picks coming in. There's always good bottles coming out. We're talking about all kinds of stuff behind the scenes to make these pretty fun. So get ready. And love having members on, by the way. Yeah, I want to echo Jamie, Mark, thank you guys for making time tonight to hop on and
Yeah, enjoy
taste
being
with
here.
it.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, doing some flights with some members and like Bill or somebody else sending us a flight where they try to fool us and we work together to try to figure it out would be
Oh,
fun.
I would never do that.
That would be fun. So
For sure.
all right. Well,
All right, great to hang with everybody.
yeah, it was great. I don't see any other questions. So
Jeff asked the surprise pick reveal. Driftless Glen, yep.
yep.
Awesome. And then the Bourbon Engineer said, be safe, book your rooms for the event in Nashville, get your tickets for the event in Nashville. The board
Yes.
did vote. We do have a few tickets left. We're going to open those up outside of Barrels for Hope. So if you're dragging your feet, don't let somebody else from Stuff and Whiskey or some other community grab your tickets. Get them while you can get them. Email Kim. And then Equal Opportunity Gun says, bottle of Adventure Spirits with Joe can't be beat. So there you go.
Nice. All right. We love you guys. Thanks for
See you
everything.
next time.
Take care.
Maybe see you in a couple weeks.